Hello everybody and welcome back to On Point HQ, and it's been a while. Seems like it's been forever since I've last put a video on the channel, but that ends today with this video. So what have I been up to during my time not uploading videos? I've been painting. Now this is a sort of newish army. This is actually my very first ever bolt action army. Bolt action late war British, based around Normandy. Now, when I finished painting these in about 2015-16, and then promptly put them into a box, put them on a shelf, never looked at them ever again because I didn't like the way I'd painted them. In fact, I've made reference to this many times in previous videos. I just wasn't happy. I just did not like the scheme, and it was just awful. So then I went away and started painting Germans, and we all know how that ended. But recently, 2-3 weeks ago, I plucked up the courage in some kind of Indiana Jones-esque type escapade back into the box of shame. And you know what? They weren't as bad as I remember. So I rescued what I could, and I've actually put together a sort of brand new 1500 point list for bolt action. These have all been repainted, some quite heavily, but I'm actually quite chuffed I've now got a British army for my bolt action collection. This is really good because I can use these as direct enemies for my late war Germans in games of bolt action and firefight, so I'm actually quite happy with this. So what I thought I'd do is just do a very quick video just to show you exactly what comprises the army, and just how I've gone about painting them. What I would say is this army, it's very Boy's Own comic book-esque. we've got Paras, we've got SAS, we've got a tank, so it's not what I'd call sort of a balanced army as such, and they're all veterans as well, which makes it even better. But I wanted a nice fun little army to go away and paint and put together, and I've always wanted a British army. That's why I did one initially. Right, let's waffle, let's have a look at these figures. So I'm going to mess around with the camera, as I am prone to do every now and again. It's going to work. Right, start off with the HQ. So this is the veteran first lieutenant, Carstairs dribble shotgun. No prizes awarded for anyone that can tell me the significance of his surname. I'll be very happy if someone does, but yeah, this is Lieutenant Carstairs dribble shotgun, and his assistant. Again, it's a mixture of metal and plastic merged this army, and again these have had quite a hefty repaint. I'm going to do a very brief painting guide in a future video about how I went about repainting these. But that is the HQ, First Lieutenant, and his assistant with pistol and very angry looking face. He should be on the cover of a Sven Hassel novel with a face like that. Right, so what started off this madness with these guys? This is my late war Normandy SAS 6-man section. I really like these figures, even though they're metal. I'm a big fan of these. So these were the ones that I started to paint first. Just for I was going to use them in games of firefight, and then the more I dug into the army, the more I thought, you know what, these aren't as bad as I'm making out, as I'm prone to do. A bit too hard on myself when it comes to my painting. So these have been given a nice repaint, camouflage, nice new burgundy beret there. So these are the guys that started it off. So once I finished these, I thought, you know what, I can do some more. So up next was this, which is a unit of Paras. So these had a really hefty repaint job. So their jump smocks, their denizen smocks were all repainted, and they were a mess when I painted them last. Like I said, when I started painting these, I'd barely been painting again. I was only just getting back into the hobby, and I had very questionable painting skills. But these were the second section that I painted, and once I'd got these done, I was very happy with these. Again, these are the old metal ones, not the plastic ones. These are the metal ones from Warlord Games. Really nice figures as well. So once they were done, I was like, you know what, I'm actually really enjoying this. What's up next? So then moved on to support options, which I'll show you now rather than before I get to the last unit. So then I painted up, or I repainted some support units. So this is the medium mortar team. I'm aware that the chap on the left here now, he should be a lot closer to the mortar than he actually is. I think I based him all a bit. Arse about face is probably the best way to describe it when I based these back in 2014. But yeah, quite an extensive repaint on these guys as well, and then a bit more, quite simplistic basing for me. Just a bit of static grass, bit of cork there. That's actually that's cork, it's bark. So quite simple for me. And then I added another support option, which is this medium machine gun team. Again, quite a heavy repaint, funky to base up a bit with a bit more static grass, but I like the way that turned out. So that was 2 support options down. So then I thought, right, I need to add a 3rd infantry section, and the only ones I had left were the really old plastic from Warlord, which back then I wasn't really a fan of, but I'm big enough to admit when I make a mistake. Now these aren't actually too bad. I mean, compared to the newer kits, they're a bit archaic compared to the newer plastic kits from Warlord. But having looked at them again and given them a repaint, I'm actually very happy with them. As you see, what I did was I actually made 30 of these guys, and I went in and picked out the best 10, which is why they've got sort of different equipment. Some have got sort of khaki grey equipment, some have got green. As the veterans, I thought, you know, they've had their equipment all the way through, and that's why it's all a different colour. But no, I've again quite a heavy paint job on these, but very happy with how these turned out. Like I say, these are the old plastic Warlord ones. Now, if the rumours are to be believed, there are new plastic British coming at some point next year. So I will be a very happy chap when they're released. So if they are released, they'll just be included into this army. So there we go. They are the 3rd infantry section, just a veteran infantry section there. And then I added a few more HQ units. Well, on this side we've got the spotter here for the medium mortar team, and then we've got a medic with his stretcher, and then here we've got a forward observer. So a few other options. Again, green equipment there. Okay, these are all metal models. I am growing more accustomed to painting metal models and working on them, despite what I have raged about in the past. So that is, like I say, spotter, medic, and forward observer. And a few more support options. So this is the 6-pounder. Again, mounted on a ridiculously sized base because that's just how I roll. So yeah, 6-pounder, going to be classed as veteran, and quite a basic base though. Static grass, some cork and bark there, some clump foliage. There we go. It's the 6-pounder. And the last one was, this has appeared in a previous video. Oh, actually not the second to last one. We have a sniper team. Again, these have appeared in a video before. I finally got to use them though. It's my my sniper team. These are also going to be used in an upcoming sort of Home Guard BEF force as well. But really enjoyed painting these. Great, just really great models, full of character. So that's a veteran sniper team. And the last thing, again, this has appeared on a very recent video. My favourite tank of World War II, the Churchill. So some heavy support in the field of Normandy for these guys here. Yeah, this was painted many years ago. It's been given a bit of a repaint, some new weathering with some pigments, and it certainly looks the part. So there we go. That is it. That's what I've been up to over the past couple of weeks. So it's 1,500 points. It comes in 11 order dice. It's very boys' own comic book, let's put it that way. But once we get back to some kind of normality and I'm able to throw some dice around again, I'm looking forward to getting this on the table. Whether it's going to be in games of firefight or full games of bolt action, I don't care. I'd just be grateful to get to throwing some dice around on the table again. But there we go. That's what we're up to. If you've got any comments or questions about this or bolt action or gaming in general, pop them down below and I'll certainly respond to all comments and questions. There'll also be a link down below to our Facebook group, so feel free to wander along and join the Facebook group. But as always, thanks for watching. Do take care. May your dice roll well, and I'll catch you all in the next video. So bye bye for now.